What is up, everyone? Conixis here, and welcome back to Starnova. Last time I left you guys on a cliffhanger to see what the hell is going on throughout the night, and today, it's finally time to see. As you remember last time, we almost fucked Julie, but Sasami, our savior, little angel, stopped that from happening, thank God, by coming in and interrupting, so I was able to superhuman Julie off of me. But hey, what's gonna happen now? What is in the tabloids today? I'm sorry, what? What? What's not be Julie? Secret sex life with her producer? Fuck! I come to work expecting positive response on social media about our latest live, but instead I received nothing but the usual shit post and bullshit. Of course, the entire article was nothing but the usual BS, just a collection of blurry black and white photographs, rumors he and she said, and insinuations. Basically, just the same old yellow journalism sabotaging us at every corner. The only difference was that the paparazzi weren't that far from the truth this time. They could have already been onto Julie growing in, could they already be onto Julie's growing infatuation with me? Probably not. There was nothing separating the story from the nonsense they printed daily. As a practical matter, all I had to do was issue the usual press statement dismissing all the allegations, and everyone would move on without batting an eyelash. But this story highlighted my greatest fear. I had become a liability for Starnova. Even though today's tabloid contained nothing more than unsustained gossip, the media actually uncovered the actual evidence then. For the sake of everything the girls had done to reach this point, I couldn't let that happen. I had to do something. Oh, I hit the wheel. God damn it. Julie and Sasami were walking back to the office after recording a guest appearance on a talk show when rain began to fall from an overcast sky.
Uh-oh, do you have an umbrella?
Yeah, I saw it in the forecast this morning that it was gonna rain.
That's good, I have one too.
The two of them opened their umbrellas and walked along the dirty road.
I never knew Julie had feelings like that for producer son.
Really?
Honestly, I wasn't sure if producer son was your type or not.
Me neither, to tell the truth. But you know, he makes me feel different from all the other guys I've hung out with before. Like, I feel like I can close my eyes and let him direct me where I walk. Every day I feel this anxiety that my life's just gonna fall apart at any moment. Because it is, you know? The only thing I'm good at is making bad decisions and fucking shit up.
No, it doesn't have to be that way, you know?
But when I'm with him, I think I can count on him. It makes me forget about my worries for a bit. Producer son
is really a reliable guy, isn't he?
Well, you know, he's really so stuck up. He does everything, he does nothing but give me the cold shoulder when I'm sure that he feels the same way about me.
He's only doing what's best for you. Right now, everyone's giving their all to become popular idols. He just wants you to succeed. I'm sure he'll probably wait for you to graduate in a few years, and then finally accept your feelings once you're no longer an idol.
Like I can wait that long. If you really love him, you could. Life's really too short, you know. Oh, sorry. You had a thing for him too, didn't you? Sorry, I didn't mean to poke an open wound.
Well, it just can't be helped. Besides, I decided I'm going to give it my all to become an idol. Obviously, relationships with men can be figured out after I've accomplished my goal.
What a molded Japanese citizen you are.
Well, I really do want to become an idol after all.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I want him so bad, but I know that's just gonna screw everything up. Sometimes you just wish you'd never been born, you know? So you don't have to deal with these kind of situations.
No way. I'm sure you'll figure out something. All you have to do is be patient.
You're seriously the lamb of Starnova, aren't you? Oh boy. Well, At least it wasn't Julie who spread the tabloid gossip. They just made a random guess and they happened to be correct. By late afternoon, the entire membership of the unit had returned to the office after their respective jobs. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, exactly as planned, we were scheduled to begin shooting the PV for a new song at the Soma building starting this evening. Taking advantage of the fact that everyone was already assembled, I faced them for an impromptu team meeting. Alright, everyone. Our live was a pretty big success, but it'll be just a little firecracker compared to the shockwaves that this new PV will bring out to the unit. The theme of this PV is liberation. Basically, the song's message is about tearing off your restrictions and running free, unhindered. In other words, it's about undressing and running around naked, right? Well, yes. I think the idea the lyricist wanted to convey was the feeling of taking off your bra upon returning home after a long day of work. Not that producer's son would be able to understand what that feels like anyways. Anyways, someone's projecting that this PV could make or break it. Moment for Starnova. Who knows, maybe we'll really be as popular as Quasar or Platinum Class once this PV airs. Of course, they'll already set up our next handshake event to promote the PV as well, and get this, it'll be at Yoyogi Park as and we're planning to sell a record 10,000 tickets around. Oh jeez. That'll be our biggest event on record. Pretty unbelievable for how far we've come, eh?
It feels like we finally become an idol. Big idols.
Of course we become big idols. It's exactly as I predicted. But with that said, I want to reiterate one thing. Now that we've become popular, it's also inescapable that the paparazzi are following us everywhere, trying to dig up the next big scoop. As you undoubtedly are aware, there are already been running negative stories about us in the papers ever since our first big PV with Soma Music. Of course, none of what they're saying is true, and our fans know better than to believe their nonsense. But each and every one of you needs to be extra diligent from now. Once again, as your producer, I need to stress that all relationships with men are expressively forbidden by the terms of your contract. Due to recent press security, Shining Productions will be adopting a zero-tolerance policy for any kind of close relationships with men outside your families. Do you all understand? Yes. Thank you for your understanding, everyone. I know being an idol isn't easy, but Shining Productions will do everything possible to make your sacrifices well worth it in the end. You have my word. Well, I already figured that romance was out of the question as long as I wanted to be an idol. Of course it is. What kind of self-respecting idol would demean her value by screwing around?
I can't say there's anyone like that around me anyways.
Me too. Me 3.
Indeed, Nemu Nemu shall redouble her efforts to become a shining model.
Julie? Yeah, the main one. Julie? Well, whatever. With that, let's all make this PV a huge success. Someone's really invested big with this release. Ads will be playing everywhere on TV, on the internet, and on billboards all across the nation. You guys really could become the next big thing. Just hang on a bit longer. I was gonna say it just lost me for some reason. Okay, god damn it. With that, we filled into the company van and drove over to Soma office to shoot her PV. An idol was more than a girl. She was a symbol. She was a beautiful but modest, celebrated but humble, sexually available but not allowed to get into any relationships. All Japanese ideas were paradoxes after all. Contradictory, self-defeating. When I was young, I hated all of it. I hated having to fit in with everyone else. I thought everyone around me were illogical fools marching along with whatever the herd did. I rebelled. But in the end, I realized that my efforts were futile. Adult society was so different from the days of my youth. I thought that I was important. that the world would treat me fairly, that no matter what, nothing bad really could happen to me. But as I grew older, I realized my life was far more fragile than I could ever imagine. Yep. I feel you, my dude. If I followed the rules, I could continue to exist, maybe even do well in life. And yet, we had rules in place so that civilization could continue. I looked on from behind the camera as the scenes of the PV played out. Girls running about in lingerie. Trick camera shots to make them look naked when they really weren't. Every gracious shot miraculously planned and framed in 4 corners of film. Every shot shouting to the masses that these beautiful girls were available for you. And yet, the celebratory tone of the PV was entirely lost on me. What the hell was this charade? In the end, I knew that nobody was going to end up getting their hands on these girls. Powerful men and women had invested their money into making them into profitable commercial assets. All the producer of a small talent agency like me could do was just keep his head down and serve the interest of his company. Besides, I wasn't young and immature anymore. Every day, people like me fabricated the grand myth that there was someone out there destined to be with you. That the girl you had your eyes on was the one. The true love was a special thing which only came by once in your life. If you let that one go, then you would never again find happiness. But real life wasn't like that. I knew even if the one was a lost cause, that life would go on and another girl would just... I didn't even hit the wheel! Come on! And another girl just as wonderful would eventually appear. I couldn't lose hope just because things weren't meant to be with Julie. First day of the shoot concluded. I faced the girls once they got off the set. Everyone did really well today. I'm sure the PV will turn out great. Now get dressed, and let's all come back tomorrow and keep up the good work. Okay, my boy. I waited on the set for the girls to return. Behind me, I heard the door open, and I turned and saw 2 men walk into the soundstage. The older gentleman in the suit spoke to me, while the younger man stood beside him. Who are you? You have a sprite, so I'm scared. Who are you? Kyle. Asked for who? Good day, it's nice to finally meet you, producer son. That's what everyone calls you now, isn't it? Good day, Ashitaru-san. You've come right on time. This is Kyle-kun. He's one of the talents signed in under Soma Music, who I've been helping manage. Ashitaru. I don't know. Anyways, pointed out the attractive-looking kid standing beside him. Good day. From the band QXST, right? You know of them? Of course, it's good to see new young talents like Kyle-kun enter the business, isn't it? Listen to this. Kyle-kun, producer son here, was just like you when he first started out. What that must have been like 10 years ago. Is that so? It's all ancient history now. I'm just part of management now. Still, it's good to have someone on board Soma's Boys Wave project with first-hand experience. As I was in the middle of speaking with Ashitaru-san, the girls returned. Right on time. I turned to face everyone. Everyone, I've got someone to introduce to you. What's going on? Who's this new man? Come gather around. I know this is sudden, but I have an important announcement to make. I'm going to be transferring out of Shining production staff to work on a major project with Soma Music soon. Oh boy. The girls all looked at me as if a bomb had gone off behind me. We're looking at Ashitaru-san here as a possible candidate to replace me as Starnova's new producer. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Ashitaru. Now, I know I don't have much of Producer-san's good looks, but I hope to get along well with you. Ashiteru-san's got decades of experience, more than me, in this business, and has produced countless big-name units. Now that Starnova's about to become a major idol group, you'll need more seasoned hand to lead you to the top. I think Ashiteru-san is the main man for that job. Even though this is an unexpected development, please understand that this is the unit's best interest.
No way! Even if you put it like that, this is too sudden.
Pikun's not gonna be our producer anymore?
But it's only thanks to his work that we...
Of course, I'm not saying I'm gonna disappear into thin air. The transfer won't be complete until after the race of this PV. Maria, as general manager, please guide the others during the transition period. I know this change won't be easy, but it's one of the necessary steps to ensure Starnova's bright future. Alright. Producer-san's got a point. Besides, we're all pros here. Regardless of who's reducing us, we've got to keep doing our best.
Mahoney-sama is exactly right. These kind of staffing changes happen all the time in business. In the end, we're just workers in a company. It's only natural that people get transferred as the time change.
Despite Maria and Aki's reassurance, the other members of the unit still looked somberly at their shoes. Meanwhile, Julie stood at the back with her face down and her hands balled into two fists. I knew this wasn't going to be easy for her, but it was the only way to prevent her from ruining her idol career for my sake. In the end, this was the only responsible action I could take as everyone's producer. Ah, damn. Development. Damn. Unknown date. What do you mean? Unknown date. Where did everything go wrong? I thought I had done everything for the sake of Starnova's continued success, but to think such a horrible tragedy would occur. I stood in the hospital hallway drenched in a cold sweat. My shirt clung to my body as if someone had poured a bucket of water on me. My insides felt like they were on an overdrive. Even though I was in the middle of a modern medical facility, I felt like I was an ancient Neanderthal man, my back up against a cliff, facing down a horrible wolves of nothing but wooden stick. What is happening? What happened? What happened? Dread and horror swirled within me as I stared at my two blood-stained hands. What? What? I'm sorry? What happened? In the span of unknown time, what happened? Meanwhile, Sasami cried into her knees, no doubt mentally scarred at what had transpired. However, that was nothing compared to the look on Aki's face. Blood was splattered all over her uniform. The formerly smug teens bully... What happened? The formerly smug teen bully's eyes were now bulging with terror as she murmured endlessly, only one name. Oh shit, I knew some shit was gonna go down! I knew some shit was gonna go down! What happened? What the fuck happened? Julie. The remaining girls were on no better shape. Outside, a wall of paparazzi and members of the press had descended upon the hospital, held back only by a wall of police officers. How had such a tragedy happened? Julie! What happened? What happened? Oh God! Like, what the fuck? Maybe the first event which led to our demise occurred the day after I announced my transfer from Shining Productions. That was the day when Julie finally confronted me about the reason for my sudden departure. If only I had been able to see this coming. Then maybe I could have handled that conversation differently. What? The door opened as Julie walked into the office that morning. Good morning. Aren't you supposed to be at the photo shoot right now? Is something the matter? Is something the matter? Hey! Your sudden transfer out of Shining. You did this on purpose, didn't you? Julie stormed over to where I was sitting. Before I even knew what was happening, Julie slapped me across my face. What the hell? Resorting to physical violence against her producer? Had she lost her mind? That was a little unnecessary, wasn't it? Don't fuck with me! You're planning to get rid of me! Calm down, I'm not planning to get rid of anyone. You're still going to be the center of Starnova. I did this so that everyone could become idols. I don't give a shit about that. It's you I want. Julie leaned in and grabbed me by the scruff of my neck. You're planning to abandon me. Just when I thought I'd find someone I could trust. Why are you doing this? What are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, Jesus. I'm still scared about what happened to you. What happened? What did you do? What did someone do? What did I do? What happened to you? I'm scared. Because this isn't just about you. Everyone worked their asses off for this opportunity. We've come too far to and sacrificed too much. I'm not about to let some self-centered brat ruin yeah, the way you're wording this ain't too good, my guy. And I'm not about to let some self-centered brat ruin Starnova's one chance at stardom. I shoved Julie away from me and straightened my clothes. We're through. No, you're lying. You're lying to me. There's no way you're just gonna leave me like this. Fuck you, you shitface! With that, she wrapped her hands behind my head and pressed our lips together. What the fuck? Oh, well, this is a... Julie's tongue violently penetrated my mouth as she sucked my lips off. She forced herself into every nook of my mouth, like she was desperately tasting a transitory delicacy. Just then as it happened, she shoved me away and stormed out of the office, slamming the door behind her. Oh, okay. I sat in my chair stunned at what? Yeah! What? Okay! This was on a whole nother level compared to the problem I had to deal with before. Despite that, my inside squirmed and twisted at what I had most likely missed out on. No matter what, nobody was going to feel good about having to let a girl down. It was completely irrational. Indeed, letting her go was probably the best decision I could make. But I still feel like I had been crushed under the sack of a... boy. Shit. Oh, why did things have to be this way? But what happened? What? In the unknown time, what happened? No! What happened in the unknown time? What happened? But Julie's mental breakdown on the 19th was the only prelude to the disaster to come. Oh. It wasn't until 2 days later that I received devastating revelation at my doorstep. By the time I ran to the office, it was already too late. The girls faced me, their faces petrified with horror. A mob of reporters surrounded the office, while every inch of the street was taken up by television vans. I had managed to barricade the doors, but we couldn't stay dug in our office forever. Shining Productions was under siege, and the person responsible for this fiasco was standing right in front of me. I looked at Julie with fury in my eyes. How could this happen? I shoved a sea of tabloids on my desk. Sex scandal. Don't tell me Julie's seen entering a love hotel with... You just went off and fucked Kyle. I see how it is. You just went off and fucked Kyle, man. Huh? You just go off and fuck Kyle. Just because you... Why am I mad? Why am I mad? God damn it! Witnesses say she was heavily intoxicated. Exclusive photographer photographs inside. The worst had come to pass. The press, who had been doing their damnedest to bring us down for so many months, had finally found their smoking gun. The photographs, while blurry, were damning. Kyle and Julie entering the love hotel together. More like her shoving Kyle inside. Oh, fuck! Just the mere thought of what she had done made my blood boil. People are going to want our heads on pikes! I've already had to shut down most of our social media thanks to the dumpster fire these photographs have caused. People are pissed. They're worse than pissed. They're out to kill us. At this rate, forget making it as idols. We might all have to... There was so much more I wanted to say, but I was too shocked to even... and exhausted. Oh boy, to even talk further. All I could do was bury my face into my hand and take a deep breath to regain myself.
Julie, what you did was extremely inconsiderate to your fans.
My voice.
But maybe if you apologize right away, they'll forgive you.
Apologize? You damn be groveling on the floor begging for forgiveness. Our fans are gonna take this lying down. They're gonna grab the torches and pitchforks and burn Starnova down until just our charred bones are all that remain, you know. Quick, I'm grabbing the razor. Maybe if you shaved your head bald, accept the massive demotion, and apologize while rubbing your nose in the dirt while sobbing, the fans will forgive us. There's no way a crisis this big will be resolved that easily. Hey, can I just ask you one thing? What? Was this just a stupid accident? Or was this intentional? Pretty much. That doesn't answer anything. I guess I'm that kind of petty person. You! Maria nearly threw herself at Julie in fury and was held back only by Sasami and Natan. Maria, stop! Ugh! Oh boy. Oh no! Oh no! That's the wrong one you want to be mad! Everybody, you idiot! You ruined all our chances! Shave all your hair off now! Oh God! Oh, Mika, no. It's chaos! It's the end! Run for the hills! Oh God, pandemonium surrounded me as the girls began to fight amongst each other, or simply burst into tears. Everyone stop! 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 The shouting of the quieter member of the unit managed to get the girls to quiet down.
We're all one family, aren't we? Despite the situation now, I'm sure this isn't as bad as it all looks. Julie John's our center, you know? I know from being with her that she loves Starnova just as much as any of us. I'm sure she'll find a way to turn this around.
But all the other girls still looked at her with doubt. But you know, the facts speak for themselves, you know. I knew we should have never let a top bitch like her become the center. I can't believe she did something like that. She's betrayed us all.
No, I don't know either. You know, even if I want to say I'm going to do my best, everyone's saying such terrible things about us online. The journalists who keep tricking us into saying bad things. And Julie betraying producers on like this. Even when I told her I was willing to support her love. I can't anymore.
Sasami burst into tears and ran out of the office. Whatever. I'm leaving. My mother's been demanding that I meet her all morning. No doubt I'm in for quite the lecture. I think Natan's done here too. It's unbelievable. With that, the remaining girls filed out of the office one by one as well. Mika looked in confusion at each of the girls left. Finally, she sighed and huffled out of the office. With one final worried look at me, she closed the door behind her, leaving just me and Julie in the office. Silence fell between us. I don't know how long the two of us merely stared at each other, but both lost for words. Julie, I'm disappointed even more than before. I didn't think I could get more disappointed than you, but now I am! God damn it, Julie! Ah! So? So what? Aren't you going to lecture me as usual? I think we've gone way past the point of lectures. Why did you do it? What do you mean? Did you do it just to get back at me? I'd like to believe that you just hit the bar to get drunk after our argument. That some sleazy guy happened to see his chance and tricked you with a lot of honeyed words and fake promises. That you were just a victim here. A heartbroken, naive girl who happened to get tricked and taken advantage of by some random J-Rock playboy. But judging from the photographs, that doesn't exactly look like the case, does it? Pretty much. Sorry to let you down. But hey, you said we're through, right? So what's the matter? So what's it matter? It does matter! You ruined the hard work all of your teammates! Don't you have any kind of regret for your actions? Any shame at all for having let down your friends, your family? And the worst part, my rage finally bubbled over. I grabbed Julie by her shirt, my hands trembling with fury. You was just a high schooler, for fuck's sake! Not only did you bring Starnova down, but you fucked some poor kid's career! All for your stupid revenge! What the hell did you do to him? Lead him on with a bunch of bullshit about how cool he looked? Give him a fucking foot. God damn it. I was trying to get into it, but that fucking line. Oh, god damn it. Give him a fucking foot job under the table? Flash him with your fucking tits like you did with me? Tell me. Sorry. You're a disgrace. I'm sorry. Screwing around with a fucking kid! How dare you! How dare you! I shoved Julie away. I'm sorry! What did you do? Jealous fury took hold of my body. Panic robbed me of all my senses. All I could do was bellow out an infernal raging in my gut from my mouth. For the first time in my life, I felt so powerless that establishing my dominance in front of the girl before me was the only way I can convince myself that I had control over a situation, which had already long spiraled from my grasp. I'm sorry, producer-san. You betrayed everyone. You betrayed me. I'm sorry. Julie crumbled down to the floor. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. I was ready for some serious yelling, and I get flashed with ass. Well, you can't throw that curveball at me like that. Like, what? What? But she is kind of thick. But that's not the point. All this time, she had done nothing but belittle and insult me, when I was doing my best to make her into an idol. I'm not gonna... Hey, producer, you're not gonna... But now she was looking at me with an incredibly submissive face. Julie's skirt was crumpled in a mess. Her panties were fully exposed. Her chest heaved in and out as she looked at me, her eyes suddenly full of fear. And yet her panties were drenched with her juices, excluding from my furious passion even more. You... God fucking damn it, Julie! Are you fucking kidding me? You're turned on right now? I'm sorry. You fucking look like you pissed yourself. Oh god, Julie's a masochist. Oh god, Julie! What? Oh god! Where did this come from all of a sudden? I mean, the exhibitionist shit, yes, but... Oh, god damn it, Julie. God damn it. I got a migraine from this. God damn it, man. More producer-son. Push me even more. You slut! I pulled Julie up and laid her face down against the sofa. I pushed her head down and whipped her ass with the palm of my hand. You wanted this so bad that you had to screw a high schooler. Oh! What is happening? What is going on? I'm so confused. This turned from somebody being in the hospital to a scandal to me whipping the shit out of Julie's ass. What happened in the span of 10 minutes? Oh, God. I literally have a headache from all this screaming. Spank me harder. With all my rage, I slapped her ass again. I'm sorry. Sorry's not good enough. Oh, God. Oh, God. You... I can't. The tone shifted too fast. I can't take it seriously. Oh, God. You want more, bitch? What? What happened to this story? Yes! Yes! Oh, did I take off my belt? I tore my belt off and delivered a satisfying crack to her ass with my new whip! Oh God, look at her face! She is enjoying that! Holy shit, Julie! My God! Oh. Well, I think it's official. That is clearly not the face befitting an idol. Clearly, we have reached the peak of not befitting an idol. Whew. Whew. Before she could recover, I whipped her again, splitting the office with the sound of another crack. Oh God, drool was dripping down Julie's mouth. Her panties were drenched with juices. What an unbelievable slut. Now, I mean, we had to maybe blur it before, but now we really do. I tore off her panties, revealing her disgusting, twitching, trembling pussy. What is this? What? More. I delivered more and more whips to her ass, again and again. God damn it. Oh, we're getting into that kind of talk now. Daddy, whip me, Daddy, spank me hard. I can't. I'm gonna quit, guys. I'm gonna quit. I can't read this. What is this? What happened to the game I was playing 10 minutes ago? What happened, guys? I'm scared. Oh. Never in my life did I think I'd ever have to read that out loud. Ah, God, I have a headache. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe what I'm reading. I can't believe it. This woman is on this couch, haggling her fucking eyes out, calling me daddy. What the fuck was her issue? Seriously, couldn't she see that I was in the middle of punishing her? My brain just can't process what has gone on in the span of 10 minutes. I can't process what just happened. I can't process it, man. Oh God. Oh Jesus, she's going at it. Finally Julie screamed as she climaxed just from the thrill of having her ass spanked. She oozed down the armrest of the sofa and pulled down the floor, her body still uncontrollably convulsing as she came repeatedly. Suddenly I realized that I was panting and heaving just as hard as she was. Every fiber of my being was exhausted. I became lightheaded and I too fell to the floor. And now we're just gonna treat that like it didn't happen? Like, you expect me to go back to reading normal stuff after I just whipped the fuck out of a girl and made her come? My brain! It's breaking! My brain is breaking! Oh God. I literally have a headache. I 100% legitimately have a headache from everything that just happened. Oh my God, my head hurts. It all hit me so hard. It hurts. Like I'm not even playing. That shit hurts. Fuck, man. She stiffly pulled herself up, lucidity slowly returning to her senses. We can't just act like that didn't just happen. We can't act like that wasn't hot either. But at the same time, what just happened? Sorry. Yeah. Same here. Kinda lost my head there for a moment. For a moment? You lost your for a moment. Still, I'm sure I deserved it. After all, I let out a long sigh. It's too late to have regrets now. What happened already happened. I closed my eyes in defeat. So this was the end, huh? This is how Starnova was going to end. I'm going to prepare a press release announcing that we're going to disband. Given the gravity of what happened, I don't think we can ever recover from this scandal. Yeah, you fucked a high schooler, Julie! What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, god damn it! Disband? Hey, producer, wait a second! I'm not a miracle worker here. The paparazzi are going to spread this story to every magazine shelf in the nation, and our former fans pretty much want blood. No matter how you look at it, there's no way to save this situation. But this is all my fault. All because I was such an idiot. Listen to me, producer. I know it's gonna be impossible to believe, but seriously, nothing happened between me and Kyle-kun at the hotel. What? You were right after our argument. I lost it and got smashed at a club. I drank the whole night, and when I happened to see Kyle-kun with his bandmates, you were right that I was an idiot and did something stupid to get revenge. It's true, I decided to betray you and everyone else in the unit, wrapping myself around that poor kid and tricking him into going into a love hotel with me. But it turned out Kyle-kun wasn't such a bad guy after all. What are you doing? What you're doing is wrong, you know. We're pros. You should seriously think about what you're doing. Don't you have any respect at all for your teammates? Don't you feel grateful for your fans that have kept supporting you all this time? Get your head together before doing something pointless like this. It was so uncool getting lectured by a high schooler like that. And here I thought I was going to seduce some amateur, but it turned out that I was the one who got scolded instead. I could have just died of embarrassment. Me, the senior idol, getting lectured like that. But, you know, when I walked out of that love hotel, I felt really relieved. Like I had just avoided making the worst mistake of my life. I had come so close to betraying everyone, to ruining all my friends, to destroying everything that we worked hard to create. Well, you did. You didn't come close. You did. And to betraying the one person who cared about me all along, who I just wanted the best for me. I was so relieved that for once I didn't fuck up everything. But then you did. But then this morning I saw it all over the net. Someone had photographed me going to the hotel with Kyle-kun. I was so horrified. Seriously, I thought about killing myself, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. She tried to commit It's the second time in this game. Is every idol gonna fucking try to kill themselves? I would not like to address this topic, please, game. Like, first Sasami in the beginning, and now Julie! Oh, boy, this is gonna be a fucking roller coaster of emotions. Now nothing matters because I still ended up fucking everyone over. Maria, Sasami, Haki, Nata, Nemu, Mika, Kyle-kun, and you. It's all my fault. Julie, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry for accusing you. I deserved all of it anyways. Everyone I ever cared about. I betrayed them all. If only I hadn't been a fucking moron and I hadn't pushed Kyle into that hotel. Everything's been messed up, all thanks to me. But you mean all the stories in the tabloids are running? They're all false! I shot up to my feet, my mind once again running on overdrive. Now that I had arrived at the truth of the matter, I couldn't just let the press destroy everything we had worked for, thanks to a big misunderstanding. Could I come up with a reasonable explanation dismissing the allegations against Julie? After all, this wasn't the first ludicrous story to have run slander her in the papers. Of course, this time was different, in that they had concrete evidence, the smoking gun, so to speak. However, the evidence was misleading. Just because there was a photograph of the two going into a love hotel didn't mean they necessarily consummated their relationship inside. But nobody was going to believe us if we just claimed that nothing had happened. No matter how you looked at it, no matter how much we tried to tell the truth of what had actually transpired, nobody was going to believe us. This was truly one of those situations where the lie was so much more believable than the truth. It's going to be hard. Even if we deny the new allegations, the fact remains that the press has a photograph of you going in the love hotel with Kyle-kun. I could go on all day about how you two didn't do anything inside there, but there's no way anyone's going to believe me. Shit, if only there was some way to prove that nothing happened, but...
I'm sorry.
I gulped. After hearing Julie's account of what happened, I couldn't just give up now. Despite having doubts about her earlier, I knew that this time she was telling the truth. After all, there was no way a selfish girl like her could pretend to feel so much guilt if everything was just a lie. Alright, I understand. I'm not going to announce that we're disbanding after all. If your account's the truth, then I'm going to stick with it. Nothing really happened between you and Kyle-san at the hotel. Then there's no reason for us all to have to disband. Even though it'll be next to impossible, we're going to convince our fans to believe our version of this story for the sake of everyone in Starnova.
You will?
Of course. I wouldn't be Starnova's producer otherwise.
You're really something, aren't you?
I'm calling everyone back. We don't have a moment to lose. We've got to make our comeback. But what happened in the span of questionable hours? I'm scared. Why? We can't just ignore what happened. Why did you show me that only to throw me back into this? I want to know what happened now. I don't care about that. I want to know what happened to Julie. By the evening, I finally managed to convince the rest of the girls to return. Gathering them somehow getting them past the media barricade was easy compared to trying to explain to them the truth of what happened at the Love Hotel. However, finally, after multiple explanations, it seemed the girls were more or less accepted our version of the story.
Thank goodness Julie really didn't cheat on producer Son with Kayak-san. I would never have been able to forgive you if you'd done something like that, you know.
Sorry. I know I have issues. Yeah, you... tsundere, exhibitionist, and masochist. Julie, you're a dangerous girl. We can't date. We do some things. Anyways, god damn it! But I don't want to give up. I don't want everyone to disband just because of me. So that's that, huh? Not that it matters, Jack. There's no way anyone's gonna believe our side of the story. Look, we can deny anything happened until the end of time, but people already think Julie's the top bitch. That's the kind of stereotype she has. And out of all the scandals, a sex scandal is the absolute worst for an idol, you know. You might be able to survive other scandals, but once fans find out you're not a virgin anymore, then that's just the way things are. Maria's exactly right. The people out there are gonna believe in whatever is easier to imagine. And I'm sorry, but if I see Julie walking into a love hotel with some J-Rock pretty boy, there's only one conclusion I'm gonna draw from seeing that. How are you gonna convince people otherwise? I don't know yet. But I do believe that in the end, the truth will emerge. If nothing really happened between Julie and Kyle, then it's my job to stick with that truth. How naive of you, Oni-chan. You know in this business the truth is whatever gets shouted the loudest. Then we better start shouting. Loudly.
As expected of producer Son.
I knew he would not give up so easily. The Natan's not going anywhere. My folks always did say to take everything in the papers with a pinch of salt. I reckon that whole bunch of our fans think the same way. If we just put some sweat into it, I think we can get this turned around.
Indeed, it would be a shame if we were to get disbanded in such circumstances. Let's all work together so that our fans receive the true story of what happened.
But in that time, something horrid happens to Julie, so, mind explaining what that is? Obviously I never had intentions of quitting, to begin with. I was just hoping everyone else would quit so that Starnova could finally become a solo unit revolving around me. This Kashiwagi Aki. Do whatever you want, cause I'm not going anywhere.
What about you, Maria?
It's not gonna be easy. And don't think I'm not mad, cause I am, you know. Seriously, I can't believe you would do something like that, fully aware of the risks. You seriously put all of us at risk, you know. I know. But I fucked up in the past too. Now I guess we're even. Besides, just who do you think I am? Quitting because of a scandal like this? Back when I was in Quasar, there was a sex scandal every other week. Of course everyone's fucking everyone else. You think you could just tell a bunch of hot-headed punks to ignore their hormones? Scandals of this level are only to be expected. Just a regular Monday for a big-name idol unit. And yet, just a moment ago, you burst into tears the moment you left the office. Your face is white as paper.
Now I can't even show my face in public anymore.
Shut it, you shit loli! Everyone. You know, this is all good and all, but, I want to know what happened. The banding together, this is all good, but can we get to what happened, please? I'm terrified of what happened. Despite our pep talk, the situation was still dire. After the people from the media went away for the night, I loaded the girls into the company van and drove them various hotels across town so that they would not be tailed to their homes. Given the severity of the situation, I had to ensure that every precaution was being taken. After all, people were still demanding our blood on the internet. Nowadays, people thought they could just say whatever outrageous thing they wanted as long as it wasn't face to face. I walked Julie to her hotel room. I don't know how to put it into words, but sorry. Alright, but honestly, I'm not the only person angry at you right now. I'm just relieved everyone decided to stick around. Despite everything being my fault, nobody yelled at me or shouted at me to take responsibility. Hey, don't you think I'm getting off too lightly? Well, apparently not, because some fucked up shit happens! I really screwed up, producer. I guess I really am good at nothing but messing things up. I'm not going to disagree with you. You really did let me down. But we're still in this as a team. This isn't just about you. Starnova is about all the girls. All this time, I was just thinking of myself. I guess it never occurred to me just how much I was relying on my teammates. How much I was relying on you, producer. I was such an ungrateful baby. At this rate, I don't think I can continue to serve as this unit's center. It should go to someone else who actually deserves it. Someone like me isn't fit to be the center of Starnova. Julie. It's only appropriate, isn't it? At the end of the day, the people are going to want to see me get punished. It's alright, I'm fine with being demoted because of the scandal, and in fact, I'm asking you to do it. In the end, it was the only appropriate decision. A demotion was going to make the fans more likely to cool down and forgive the unit as a whole. We could refocus our PR on one of the other girls if a girl with a clean, angelic image like Sasmi were to be chosen as the new center. We could refocus the public dialogue with our new center while Julie could just wait out the storm out of the spotlight. In the end, I had no idea if I could even convince the people that Julie had slept with Kyle, and regardless, the bottom line was that she still got drunk and tried to seduce him. Demoting Julie might be unavoidable at this rate. I haven't made a decision about that yet, but right now, you're right that something big has to be done to restore the public's trust in Starnova. I sighed and leaned against the railing. Look, in people's minds, being an idol is more than just being a hot piece of merchandise. I motioned to the glittering cityscape before us, sweeping my arm across the countless millions of people living before us. It's a tough life out there. The people want an escape from their everyday life. Problem-ridden existence. The sad truth is that people are spoiled. If they're single, they're dissatisfied, they don't have a girlfriend. If they're dating, they're dissatisfied that their girlfriend isn't as great as they imagine. If they're married, they're dissatisfied their spouse isn't satisfied with their spouse for whatever reason. People want to at least imagine that the perfect girl exists for them somewhere. We're supposed to be providing that experience. And if anything happens to break that illusion, that what someone calls idol isn't the flawless marionette that they had in their heads, then that's when all hell breaks loose. I rubbed my own head in frustration. Well, that's what we've all signed up for. Basically, I'm just saying, people are counting on you. Some people are really so depressed with their lives that their belief in their idol is the only thing keeping them alive. Being an idol is bigger than yourself. Everyone's counting on you to do your job, right? I never thought of it like that. I guess I'm not so good at being an idol. Well, no one's going to be an expert from the beginning. Let's treat this as a learning experience. Okay, producer. Anyways, it's already pretty late. Come on, let's get you checked in. You better rest up while you still have the chance. We're gonna have to work our tails off starting tomorrow. Quite honestly, are we still just gonna ignore the fact that I spanked the shit out of this woman in my office? Like, are we really ignoring that fact? Like that was an event. That was an event, and we must accept that that event happened and pass like it didn't. Like, this woman haggled hardcore on that couch. But anyways, alright. With that, I walked Julie over to the hotel and left her for the night. However, that didn't mean my work was finished. Already in my mind, a plan formulated, a plan to save everyone from this scandal and restore the public's trust in Starnova. I rushed back to the office and got to work. But what happened in the unknown amount of time? Stop! I need to know what happened! Okay, they're in their uniforms, and they were in the uniforms at their office, so maybe we're about to get it. I was gonna say I'm gonna cut it, but no. I want to see if we get to see what the hell happened. Given the severity of the situation, Shining Productions and Soma could waste no time in coming up with a coordinated PR response to the alleged allegations in the papers. The next day, the girls and I had already arrived at the Soma building for a press conference. Besides me, Shidoru stood with Kyle and the rest of the members of QWST as well. I took the microphone and began the conference. Regarding the story running in the various tabloid publications that Watanabe Julie san shared sexual relations with Kyle-san, Shining Productions denies all allegations. Reporters gathered, the room grumbled in unison. We have performed our own investigation and found that Watanabe Julie-san had too much to drink that night. Kyle-san, concerned with Watanabe Julie-san's well-being, checked her into the local hotel and aware it was a love hotel. Of course, we are aware that Watanabe-san's choices that night may have caused fans to great concern, and that for Shining Productions. And all of the girls are starting over to offer our deepest apologies. That moment, I bowed forward along with the rest of the girls as we were devoured by a lightning storm of flash photography. As soon as I raised my head, I was assaulted from all sides by the reporters' questions. You say nothing happened, but do you even have any evidence to back your words? How can we even believe anything you're saying is the truth? What about the photographs of Watanabe pushing Kyle into the hotel? I raised my hand, trying to calm the reporters down. In the end, this was the best explanation we can muster. People weren't going to believe us if we denied everything and pretended Julie had done nothing wrong. They wanted to see us apologizing beyond and admitting wrong. Everyone already knew that Julie had a more wild side and un-Japanese image. Her fans could still forgive her if all that happened was she went to a bar and got drunk. If nothing more than that happened, everything would be alright. I understand that my selfishness has harmed many people. I've let down my fans and my teammates. However, nothing happened between Kyle-san and myself that night. I truly apologize for the trouble this terrible misunderstanding caused everyone. You're seriously going to pass this off as a misunderstanding? Like anyone would believe you, or what you claim. As expected, getting anyone to believe the truth was going to be hard to sell. At this rate, this incident has caused me to perform a great deal of introspection, as it has become increasingly clear. that a selfish, reckless person as myself is not fit to lead Starnova. Is Julie really gonna... Shh!
No way.
That's why I want to announce to everyone that in the end, I couldn't come to a decision as to whether to promote Julie. That decision rested solely on her shoulders now. I clenched my fist, praying that my gambit would work. Wait just a minute! Oh, the reporters murmured surprise as Kyle suddenly grabbed the microphone. I can't watch this any further without saying something. Oh, is there something you want to add, Kyle-kun? Yes. It's not possible that I had any kind of intimate relationship with Watanabe Julie-san. Because the truth is, I'm gay. I mean, you can say that, but how does anyone know? But reporters all gasped in unison as the bombarded Kyle with their cameras. It's true. The only people I'm interested in are other men. With the utterance of that single line, any thought of Watanabe Julie's sex scandal was completely vaporized from journalists' minds. The entire mass of reporters turned their collective attention to Kyle, now chasing after this new bombshell. Julie stared on, her jaw agape in shock, as the reporters lost all interest in her heart beat and surrounded Kyle with their cameras and microphones. Kyle-kun, does it mean that there's a specific man you have your eyes on right now? How will the fans react to this revelation? Did your bandmates know about this? And so, we ended up switching one media spectacle for another. But, inside my coat pocket, I raised my fist in triumph. With this, the tabloid attention was completely diverted away from Starnova, and the public was going to accept our version of the story as well. It was trial by fire, but we had survived. By a hair's breadth, Starnova's was saved. But what the fuck happened? After the conclusion of... No! What happened to Julie? What happens? Anyways, after the conclusion of the press conference, I met with Ashiteru and Kyle to discuss what had happened. It looks like everything has happened according to our plan. I bowed my hand. Thank you very much for your assistance. No. But really, a new boys' love idol project centered around Kyle? Quite a novel proposition you've come up with. No, all this was Kyle-san's idea. Well, it didn't seem right to keep it a secret from everyone for so long. And I'm glad to have been able to help Watanabe-san as well. It appears that we are really greatly in your debt. No, Soma projects that a BL idol group will do very well with the current female market. It certainly would have been interesting to see what else you would have done on the Boys Way project. But I see that you have decided that your place is with Starnova after all. I'm grateful for Soma's offer. However, this incident has shown me that I am not ready to leave Starnova yet. I still have a long way to go as a producer. Once again, I deeply apologize for the enormous burden that I have been on you. Oh boy. I will redouble my efforts to turn the situation around and restore Starnova's reputation. Well then, producer-san, good luck and do your best. Of course. I let out a long sigh of relief once I returned to the office with the girls. Now, see, I'm a bit upset. I'm gonna have to stop here for right now. I'm gonna record another episode, don't you worry, but what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened with Julie? Oh, god damn it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and save it to your favorites. Also share with your friends. Hopefully next episode, we find out what happened, because if not, your boy gonna be pissed. Thank you all for watching. Love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.